Alright, hey guys, this is Human Repair Desk. I'm back with another video for you today. Today I have another comparison video. I have two bags that are similar in price and similar in capacity, except they function very different in how they hold the discs and the items. So what I have for you over here on this side is the new Squatch LORE for 2023. This just got released, I want to say about 2 weeks ago. And then this is the Grip-EQ ATS. You will not find this bag on Grip's website because it is only available at Ledgestone shop. Now, the reason why I say they're similar in price is because this bag is $189.99, so $200 basically plus with shipping. But some of the Squatch Pros, they do have a discount for $20 off, which is basically free shipping. So it's about $200 for this bag. And then the Grip-EQ ATS is $229 plus shipping from Ledgestone. However, it does come with a special edition buzz. If you just take the buzz away, you're looking at about a $200 bag. So let's see what these bags look like in terms of comparisons. Here we go. Alright, just like with all my reviews, there are weights and dimensions for these bags. It's going to be in the description. I'm not going to go over it right now. I'm just going to generally tell you that this LORE right here is 3.2 pounds on my scale, measured it 3 times. This Grip ATS measures at 3.8 pounds, measured that 4 times to make sure that I was not crazy. And so this Grip ATS is a little bit heavier than the LORE. As far as the dimensions goes, it's going to be in the description if you want to check those out. Also, the link for these bags are also in the description if you want to check those out, along with the Rainfly. If you want to purchase a Rainfly, there's going to be links for those in the description as well. So let's go ahead and get started. The exterior of the bag. The fabric is a little different on each bag. On the Squatch LORE, it's going to be 500D Cordura on top and then 1000D Cordura on the bottom. The Grip-EQ ATS is going to be 630D nylon, not Cordura, nylon on the top. And then you have an 840D nylon on the bottom with the rails. Okay, so just keep that in mind. On the back of the shoulder straps, also the same fabric with the 840D nylon material on the Grip-EQ. I'm just gonna refer to these as LORE and ATS because I don't want to say the whole entire name with the rest of the video. So let's start at the top with the putter pockets. The putter pockets are a little different on each bag. So the LORE itself does have the water resistant zippers. All the red zippers are water resistant and they are YKK. The black zippers are waterproof. On the ATS, the zippers are also YKK, but they are not waterproof or water resistant, so just keep that in mind. However, the zipper on the side pockets does have this little flap here. As you can see, this little flap, it actually kind of closes down and covers the zipper, so that could help keep some of the water out if there is a light rain. Okay. Moving back to the putter pocket, we have the double zipper on the LORE itself right here. This flap opens up. It has a little bit of foam on the inside. It has a Velcro piece right here. This Velcro piece matches its counterpart on the inside of the putter pocket, and that holds it in place. If I were to take that off, the inside pouch has this interior liner. This liner is what holds all the putters that you want in this bag. Behind this putter pocket in the back right here, there is going to be a zipper. This zipper right here opens up to another pocket. Right now I have the Rainfly in here. By the way, I measured this bag without the Rainfly at 3.2. I did not measure it with the Rainfly. So back to the pocket. The pocket itself can hold a 1 liter bladder. I have not seen anybody put a 1.5 in there that's successful, but it can hold probably up to 1.5, but a small water bladder in there if you wanted to. We'll close that up. We'll put that down. And that's what the putter pocket looks like. It's very big. You can fit a lot of stuff in here. It does have 2 D-rings right on the top right here. Moving down from there, we have a Squatch rubberized sewn-on logo. It is a very nice rubber material and it is sewn on. It is not a glued-on patch. Moving down from there, the main compartment flap does have a little pocket for your mini. It doesn't really hold anything else but probably a mini or a small cell phone. Then you also have the same water-resistant pocket with the 2 zippers. If you open that up, you also have the same thin foam material on the inside, except this is going to be a 200D nylon material. It does not have a Velcro here. You just put the flap up like this, and then your discs in the main compartment will hold the disc up. So between the putter pocket and the main compartment discs, it will hold this flap up for you so you can access your discs. Inside the rest of the interior, there's going to be a red liner on each side and then a black 1000D Cordura bottom material. And then finishing off the front of this bag, it's going to be a muted Squatch logo at the bottom right here. It's a very nice touch. All of this is 1000D Cordura, like I said earlier. So that's moving down the main front of the bag on the Lore. Moving over to the Grip ATS, we have a putter pocket with 2 D-rings on each side, very similar, except they are attached to the side pockets versus the actual putter pocket. The putter pocket is actually called a quiver pocket according to Grip. The zipper is a big teeth zipper. It actually is pretty smooth, not as smooth as the Squatch LORE in my opinion. And these are big YKK zippers with a very nice little grip handle here, or a zipper pull that is red and rubberized, so you can kind of even feel it with your gloves during the winter if you wanted to. And the one thing about Grip is that it does have this little gusset right here that kind of holds the zipper, so when you zipper it down, it holds it in. So it's a really nice touch on the Grip bag here. And then once you unzip that, you enter the quiver pouch, and it has this little fabric material. It is a little bit thicker than the Squatch, but I don't think it really matters because it doesn't get exposed to the elements. Underneath this piece of fabric is a drawstring, which I will show you later. That drawstring allows the quiver pocket to move up and down and adjust the height so that you can adjust how much of the putters gets exposed on top of this pocket for easy access. Moving down from there, we have this particular bag does have this print on here. This is from the Lake Eureka at Ledgestone Open. And not all grip bags have this, but only on the ATS has this right here. But most grip bags with this pocket does have this up here, a place for you to for patches. And they've moved the patch panel just below the zipper. And this particular bag does come with 2 patches for you. This is another YKK zipper. It's a little bit smaller, but it gives you access to what's called the valuables pocket. It's one of the signature pockets on the Grip. Most people who do bag reviews, who've used multiple bags, they really do love this pocket, myself included. Moving down from there, we have a main flap compartment for the main disc compartment. One giant flap right here. This does fit a whole entire disc. I'll show you that towards the end of the video. There is a big blue zipper, also YKK. Go ahead and open that up. The flap itself here does have a nice thick piece of foam along with a Velcro. This Velcro meets its counterpart on the back of the bag, and it holds the flap up like that. And you have a pretty big opening for your main compartment. This putter pocket does sit a little bit taller than the Lore. However, they both still function just fine, allowing you to get discs in and out of the main compartment. The interior itself does just have a black liner, and the bottom is a heavy metal material. And the reason for that is because moving down from there, it does have legs on the bottom here, and these legs on the bottom are what's attached to the hard plastic bottom on the interior of the bag. And then moving out from there, we have another pocket right here. This pocket is sometimes used for a Rainfly. It can sometimes used for a scorecard or other extra towels or anything you want to put in there as extra storage. Like I said earlier, the quiver pocket does have this drawstring right here. This is the drawstring that you will use to adjust the pocket up and down. So there is a little bit of a red thumb piece right here. You're just going to grab it and move it up and down along the drawstring, and that's how you're going to move the quiver pocket up and down. At the bottom, I've already kind of shown you. This bottom material right here is 140D nylon material with the railings, and these are screwed into the bottom of the bag. Just wanted to go over the bottom of the Lore really quick. The Lore does not have any railings, does not have any hard bottom. It's just a soft bottom, but that is 1000D Cordura versus 840D nylon. Moving to the side of the bags here, we have 2 side pockets on the Grip that are identical. So this side and this side are exactly identical. So I'm just going to show one side only. And then the Lore itself, it is almost identical. There's a slight difference on one side, but I will point that out as we get to that side. So starting with the Lore, we have a waterproof zipper that is very, very smooth. I don't know, it's one of my favorite parts about this bag is this waterproof zipper right here. Then we also have 2 water resistant zippers that helps open up this flap. Allows you to access this outer part of this pocket. Mind you, this is all one pocket. You just have an outer part with this liner right here. And it has 2 Velcro strips, one on the outside to hold this flap down, one on the inside to hold the flap inside if you want to make this pocket accessible from the outside, just like that. The liner right here keeps things from on the inside from getting wet. The liner on this pocket right here prevents things from inside getting wet. So if you want to keep valuables that you don't want to get wet or even moist, you can go ahead and put it on this pocket, on the inside pocket right here. So that's that pocket right there. And then the Lore on the other side is pretty much identical, except it just has these two D-rings right here. These D-rings are what you are going to use to hold your stool or your umbrella or your retriever. I will demonstrate that later on in the video. As for the as the Grip-EQ itself, we have a side pocket right here. This side pocket has the D-ring like I showed you earlier. It has this red strap. This red strap, along with this pocket at the bottom that does have a pencil holder, this allows you to put your stool or your umbrella right in here, and then you cinch it down. Once it goes in here, you cinch this down and it holds the umbrella or the stool in place. It also has a YKK zipper that unzips almost all the way down. That opens up to a pocket that has a small pocket on the inside that you can put your phone or your keys or your dry bag inside there. Otherwise, the rest of it is just one large pouch from top to bottom. And it does not expand like other grip bags. I know the BX3 and the AX5 does have an expandable zipper. This bag does not have that, but it should hold almost the same amount of stuff in this bag as it does in here. It's just a really odd shape. Might be less, I don't know, but I think it's because it expands out a little bit more than the Lore. The back behind that same pocket is going to be your water bottle holder. It also has more pencil holders. I don't know how many more you need. This particular water bottle holder, insulated pouch here, does have a hole to drain any kind of water or excess condensation from your water bottles. And then the rest of this material right here is 840D nylon material, and that's a soft material that helps keep shape of the bag. And then, like I said, the other side is completely identical. So you can put a stool on either side of the bag based on where you place your water bottles. Whereas the Squatch, you can only do it where this D-ring is. I mean, you can put it on the other side, but there's really no way to cinch it down without a D-ring. So just keep that in mind. Moving to the back of the bag, the Squatch has a very nice hull loop. It is black with a red stitching. And then it also has this little clip right here that is to attach the Rainfly to it. And then it also has straps with load lifters right at the top right here. And it does sit in this deploy position. These straps are also removable. And what's nice about this is that when these straps have worn down, you can go ahead and remove these and get them replaced by Squatch, which is a nice touch. Moving down from there, you do have a sternum strap at the bottom, and then you do have tail tidy keepers so that your straps aren't dragging all over the ground once you sit on the ground. These straps themselves are slightly, I want to say they're slightly thicker than the Grip-EQ, and they are very, very comfortable. And then you also have this mesh material right here, along with a nice padded mesh material at the bottom that runs across the bottom of the bag. This helps prevent any discs from the sides digging into your lower back. This right here, piece of foam mesh material, does have a 500D Cordura material that kind of wraps up, and that helps keeps this mesh material from fraying or becoming undone at the stitching point. This bag, the Lore itself, also does come with an ice cooler, which I do not have with me right now. But that cooler, actually, let me just show it to you really quick. It does come with this cooler right here. So this all comes with the bag for the $200 or $189.99 price tag, or $200 price tag. So this comes with the bag itself. And then on the Grip-EQ itself, the back of it, you have the hull loop is attached to the shoulder straps. And the shoulder straps are just slightly wider than on the Lore. You have two big shoulder pads right here, and it is a softer material in terms of foam 3D mesh material compared to the Lore, but the Lore is by no means uncomfortable compared to the Grip. On the Grip it's just a little bit softer. And then you have the same padding at the bottom to help prevent any kind of discs or the hard frame of the Grip-EQ digging into your lower back. This zipper right here is to open up for a pouch. A lot of people use this pouch for other things. I use it for a Rainfly, and I think that's what Grip intended it to be used for, is a Rainfly. Grip used to have this piece of plastic material here protruding out a little bit more. They have kind of shaved it down to a more contour, and that does help with the constant pain in the lower back. The straps themselves, they do have 2 D-rings on it, so you can hook other things that you want, like your bag tags. It also has a sternum strap right here, and it also has excess straps keeper, just like the Lore. So that's the exterior of the bag. Let's go ahead and fill them up and see how they look. All right, we have the bags loaded up. I'm going to show you how many discs each bag can hold. I'm going to show you what you can do in each bag to maximize your disc capacity. I'm not really going to show you what's in the side pockets because those are personal items and everybody uses those side pockets differently. But I did stuff with the pockets with a large long sleeve shirt and a medium hoodie, NFL hoodie, so they are good size. Both of these pockets, you can definitely fit a large or an extra large long sleeve shirt or hoodie. The same thing with the Squatch pockets, and I have a detailed video of each bag if you want to see how those are stuffed. Anyways, so let's start with the exterior of everything. On the Lore itself, the side pockets you can use for water bottles. You can even fit 2 water bottles in here if you wanted to. And on the grip itself, it has a dedicated water bottle holder. This holds a maximum of 32-ounce bottle, and the same thing with the other pocket. The thing about the grip is that they're dedicated pockets for that, so if you're not using it for water bottles, you'll just be able to use it for other things. But you can't really use it for like discs. Whereas these Lore itself, you can take, if you were going to use only 1 water bottle or you use a water bladder with that in this pocket that I showed you earlier, you free this up for discs. So that's the versatility of the Lore compared to this ATS. The Lore itself, it can hold a 32-ounce water bottle. It can actually hold 2, and I demonstrated that in my detailed review of the bag. So it can hold 2 32-ounce water bottle. The grip itself, it does come in and out very snug and smooth. It's not stuck whatsoever. There's definitely a little bit of friction, but not bad at all. So that's why this is only going to max out at 32 ounce, and even Grip said so on their website. Obviously, if you have a smaller water bottle, it fits just fine, come in and out. And then the Squatch is no problem with the smaller water bottle. On the Squatch, this does flop back and forth. I do have a solution for that if you want to see my review, but I basically just got a pound insulated insert and just put it in here. It fits it perfectly. It's the Rufus insulated insert or the Octothorpe insulated insert that would fit in here if you wanted to. Okay, the grip itself, it's stuffed over here so you can see how the pocket look when it's stuffed. And then as you can see over here, when the Squatch is, the pocket itself is the same depth as the whole entire bag. So when it's stuffed, it can be stuffed with a lot of things. Hoodies, long sleeve shirts, it can also be stuffed with discs, and I will show you that right now just so you can see. So if I just take a bunch of discs up here, I can put it in here. As you can see, I can put 2 or 3 in there. And then if I wanted to, I can go ahead and unzip these pockets, put it down like this, and put a couple discs in here like so. And these are putters, by the way. So there's 2 putters in there. I can fit 3 putters in there if I wanted to. And again, you can still fit a t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt in here. If you wanted to hold your disc, but there's a light rain coming, you just take this flap up, put your disc in here like so. And then you put this flap down, make it attach to Velcro, zipper it down, and it's going to be water resistant and keep the water out. Really can't do that on the grip. So just keep that in mind with the Lore side pockets. It's a little bit more versatile than the grip itself. Okay, moving on to the capacity of the bag. One more thing. The grip's attachment, this is what it looks like to attach a stool. I can't fit all 3 legs on the tri-stool into this little pocket. I can fit 2, but it doesn't matter. You cinch this down with the red strap and it holds it in place, and it's using the side pocket. Once you do this, you do take some of the room away from the actual side pocket itself, but it functions very well. If you wanted to, you can actually even take this right here and you can feed it into this pocket if you're only going one water bottle. And then this loop right here, you can put a ball bungee and just wrap it around and hold it in place like that if you wanted to. And then you can put your water bottle on the other side, like so. So there you go. So you can do it either way you want. But Grip did not intend for this water bottle holder to be used for the stool. They intended for this side, and that's how it should be. On the Lore itself, if you want to bring a stool, you will go ahead and move the water bottle up, put this in here like so, and then this is the D loop that I was telling you earlier in the video. You would feed a ball bungee through here and it would hold this in place, and that's how you would hold your stool or your umbrella or your retriever. On the Lore itself, I do have the retriever sitting inside right here. If I zip it down, you can kind of see it's inside the bag. I would not recommend doing this because the zippers can go, the teeth on the zipper can go bad if that's the case due to this stick, this retriever sticking out. It might void the warranty, so just keep that in mind. But that's just how I do it. And then on the Grip-EQ, it's got both sides with the red strap, so you can actually carry both on the outside of the bag and not take up any interior space. Now let's move on to the disc capacity itself. The disc capacity, there are 3 putters on the top of this ATS. It is rated for 3 putters. I don't know, I've used this thing for a month straight, and for some reason I still struggle getting the putters in and out, and I think maybe if I use it more over time it'll stretch and open up more, but there's a little bit of friction when I take the putters in and out of this pocket. Even putter plastic or the slick ESP Z Neutron plastic feel type thing, it's still tricky to get in out, and I have lifted, you can see I lifted the putter pouch up, and so it is a little sticky to get it in and out of the putter pocket. There is a pocket here. This is where I usually put my approach disc. And then right here I have 18 discs in the main compartment. A lot of them are putters. Mid-range, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them are mid-range and the rest are drivers. So there are 18 discs in here. It is rated for 20. You can probably put 20 drivers in here if you take out the 5 mid-ranges. So 20, 21 plus 3 is 24 discs comfortably in this bag if you were to do a couple more drivers down here and less mid-range. So that's about 24 discs in the ATS right there. And that maxes it out, I think, because you can't put discs on the side pockets on this ATS. As far as the Lore goes, I have 5 putters at the top right now, and they come in and out very easily. This thing is just not an issue getting it in and out. You can see I can get it in and out just fine. And there's 5 in here, but you can fit 6 comfortably, and these are all putters up here. The main compartment, I have 16 in here right now. So 16, there are 2 putters, 4 mid-range, and the rest are fairway drivers and distance drivers. There are only 3 distance drivers in this main compartment down here. To get the disc in and out, it can be a little tricky compared to the Grip. However, if you put your disc down like this, which I can't really do, if you fold it down like this, your putters, if you lay it flat a little bit, then it kind of alleviates some of this space down here, so you can get your disc in and out much easier. So that's one way to solve that, and I actually think that's how Squatch intended it, was for the putters to lay down a little bit more versus standing it up vertically. Okay. It is a little bit tighter fit down here for 16 discs, but once the bag gets loosened up, you should be good to go to get the discs in and out. This bag has loosened up over time. It was actually worse when I first got it, but now it's very loose and it's very easy to get the disc in and out. It's a little bit still trickier than the Grip itself because the putter pocket sits so low compared to the Grip, just slightly lower, but this is a smaller form factor. So right now there's 16 down here, 5, that's 21. And then the side pockets I showed you earlier, you can fit 2 or 3 putters on each side. So you're looking at 21 plus another 6 to 7. So that's about 27, 28 discs that you can fit if you're going to maximize disc capacity on the bag and not worry about personal items. The grip itself is maxed out 24, but you can still carry your personal items because you can't put anything on this side except personal items. So you're looking at 21 comfortably to 28 max on the Lore. Or if you want to do 24, you can fit 3 more on one side and still have the other side to hold your items if you want to do an even similar match in capacity and personal item carry. They both have Rainflies. The Rainflies on the grip is much less money, but it's made of material that is not quite as durable and is waterproof as the Lore itself. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you, was the comparison of the two. I do know that the price seems different when you go to their websites. This one's $229, this one's $189. However, do remember that this one comes with a cooler, and this comes with a buzz disc. But if you take the buzz away, and it's still $200, the same price as this, and you still get the cooler on this. You get removable straps as well, and you get a very versatile bag. Yes, it does have some of its downfall, which is the stool holder compared to the grip, but I think even with that, it's still a smaller, sleek form factor versus the Grip-EQ. Overall, each bag has its pros and cons, and I wanted to do a comparison so you guys can look at it. If you have $200 and you want to decide on which bag to pick, either a grip bag, either the ATS or the BX3, there's a video on that as well, or the Lore. This is what you're looking at in terms of differences, and what are you willing to live with and what are you willing not to live with. Personally, I really like the putter on the Lore, the putter pocket. I think it's so much easier to use. I can hold more putters up here and keep them away from the main compartment, because the more putters I keep up here, the less it gets smushed by the other discs of different size and different depth of shallowness. So I prefer that. And whereas the grip, I only have 3 maximum up here, and that's all I get. My other approach discs that are putters must stay down here. So that's food for thought, and I do prefer the hull loop on the Lore over the grip. I do like the soft material on the back here in terms of the 3D mesh padding. And I've always liked the water bottle holder on the grip, except, you know, if you were to take these 2 pockets and combine them, you get some extra storage if you were to do that, but then you lose the water bottle holder. So each has its pros and cons. I do like the valuables pocket on the grip, but overall, if I had $200, I think I would still stick with the Lore. But that's just my personal opinion. So we talked about capacity. As far as comfort goes, I've worn both. I've shown on video how I've worn both. The grip itself, the straps does sit just slightly lower a lower offset than the putter pocket, so versus the Lore. So the Lore is slightly more comfortable, and then the straps on the grip is a little bit wider, and for someone like me who doesn't have broad shoulders, I prefer the slightly thinner straps on skinnier straps, I should say, on the Lore. And I do like the 3D mesh material on the Lore. Overall, the Lore is more comfortable, and it feels more compact on my back compared to the Grip-EQ, just slightly more compact on my back. As far as stability goes, they both are pretty stable. I think it's because normally Grip-EQ bags are normally a little bit taller, but if you can see visually, the Lore sits a lot lower, so therefore you can see that the grip is going to, even though it's got the 2 feet in the bottom, just a little push, you can see it kind of moves a little bit already versus the Lore. I have to push a lot on the Lore because this has a lower center of gravity than the grip itself. I'm going to hold the table again and do it again. Oh, okay. That was a little too hard. We'll try the same thing with the Lore. Okay, there we go. So it takes a while, it takes a bit more to tip this over. So that's the stability, functionality. I already talked a little bit about that. They both function very well as disc golf bags, but I think I prefer the versatility of the Lore, and it packs a lot for a compact feel on my back, and it packs a lot for a bag that is pretty small form factor, that is stable compared to the grip. The grip just feels a little bit wider on my body, and it looks wider. And it's, you know, it's taller and wider in terms of the pockets. So overall, I think I like the simplicity of the Lore versus the ATS by Grip. And then As far as both bags meeting my expectations, yeah, they meet my expectations, holding to my 20 discs, holding it around comfortably. So they are comfortable, just I prefer the Lore's comfort a little bit more than the grip overall. If you were to talk about 15 years ago and this wasn't here and it was just this was the most comfortable. This is really comfortable, but because this is in the market, it's hard to pick the Grip-EQ. So yeah, so that's my overall conclusion. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below. Any bags you want me to compare, any bags you want me to do review, just let me know in the comments, and then I will see you in the next video. Bye.